Good morning. I'm Dr. January Bunch, Executive Director for Community Relations, and on behalf of President Mike Eaton and our ICC Board of Trustees, we welcome you to the beautiful Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College. Today is a great and historic day because we are prepared to announce our 11th head coach in football. We are excited that you're here, and we thank you for your continued support of Itawamba Community College and ICC Athletics. It's my pleasure to introduce Director of Media Relations and Sports Information, Mr. Will Kollmeyer.
Thank you, Dr. Bunch, and good morning to all of you. As Dr. Bunch referred to it, it is a historic day here at ICC. Big day for the college. It's so big that, thanks to Adam Gore, this is being video streamed on the World Wide Web. So we appreciate Adam making that happen. Of course, Adam, a proud member of our Community Relations Department under the leadership of Dr. Bunch. A lot of people were asking, what's the agenda, Will? What's going to go down today? Here's a basic setup of what's going to happen in just a few moments. Our award-winning athletic director, Carrie Ball-Williamson, will officially introduce our new head football coach. And then after he addresses all of us, we'll be open to a question. If any of you have a question, and not just from the media, anybody that has a question for our new head football coach, be happy to ask that at that time. And then to all of the media that are here, don't forget we'll have one-on-ones will be available right after the news conference is over. And before I introduce our athletic director, I want to give a special shout out to the media that are here today. I see Robbie Donahoe, sports director at WCBI, Jim Holder, sports director at WTVA, Zach Adams, sports editor at Itawamba County Times, and here on the front row, we got the Bob Euchre seats. We've got John Pitts, the sports editor at the Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal. We appreciate all of you guys for being here. Also a special shout out to the cheerleaders in Chief Winnemaw. I'm not sure we're going to come out with a red-blue cheer in just a little bit, but maybe a Sean Cannon. We'll see on that. But at this time, I'd like to introduce our Hall of Fame Athletic Director, Carrie Ball-Williamson. Carrie is just wrapping up her 21st year here at ICC. The last 11 years, she's been our athletic director. She's a former head women's basketball coach here, as well as head softball coach. You see her right behind Chief Winnemaw is her picture on our Athletic Hall of Fame. She was inducted into our Hall of Fame there a few years ago, and then this past spring she was inducted into our statewide MACJC Athletic Hall of Fame. So, Carrie, at this time, I know you got a big announcement to make. Carrie Ball-Williamson.
Yeah, I can clap. Okay, thanks, Will. Again, I want to thank the media for being here today, and all of you who come out in support of Coach Cannon. Thank you for being here. Now, I feel honored and privileged to be able to introduce our next new head football coach at Itawamba Community College. And Coach Cannon is our 11th head football coach. And I just feel so blessed that we didn't have to go very far to find him, because he's been here for the past 4 years as our defensive coordinator. And Coach Cannon, we've always said in private, I guess you could say that, hey, we got a head coach on staff, we got 2 head coaches down there. But we feel that Coach Cannon is very capable. And we just knew right away, you know, and the beat just went right on. First we named him the interim for a few days, and then we just knew, as watching him, we didn't miss a beat. So again, I thanked him. I've been thanking him ever since, but I thanked him last night, and I want to thank him again today. But Coach Cannon is a native of Calhoun City, and prior to ICC, he coached at University of North Alabama, and I think he had 1 year at New Mexico New Mexico Military Institute. And then he coached at Delta State, which is his alma mater. And Coach Cannon has the knowledge. He has character, great work ethics. He said last night he's from Calhoun City. He knows how to work. And being around him for the past 4 years, we know that he knows how to work. And we feel that he's going to do great things for our football program. Now he's married to his wife Julia, who's sitting next to him, and he has 3 children. He has Wade, who is not here. He's in camp. And Jana is sitting on the front row here. And little Josie sitting there with that little pants in her mouth. Looking right at me. Okay, but we're so glad that we could look within, as I've said before, to get our new capable head coach. And we had him on staff. And may I introduce to you our next new head football coach. I guess I can say next football coach, not new, because he's not new. I want to introduce to you the Itawamba Community College football coach, Sean Cannon.
Keep getting these claps after every game here. Win. But appreciate everybody being here today, and got a couple thank yous that I want to kind of to go over. But Mr. Eaton, Buddy Collins, Coach Ball, all through the process of going from our coach leaving on basically a Sunday night to meeting Monday morning, and then the players coming in Tuesday. So it's been a kind of whirlwind the last couple weeks, but it's been an easy ride, getting them in here and all that good, those type of things. But finally the day has come. I think my family and all that's kind of put at ease now. Everybody's, is it going to happen? Is I said, well, if it is, it is, and we just keep working on. But I did get the call this morning from Mr. Eaton and let me know everything was a go. So, we're here today and very thankful. Glad my family's here. To share this moment, the cheerleaders. Hope we can get a great cheer out of here. And I told the players yesterday, I said, hey, I said, we got the press conference at 11, but I don't want you to miss class. And well, none of them are here today, so I hope they listen to what I said. Don't skip class to come here. We can do all that stuff later on. But thanks to Will, thanks to Adam, the things you do for our football team, and getting our school. Out of the media and on TV and things like that. It's awesome for these kids to be able to do that. Thank my family that's here today, my little kids and my wife, and I've drug her all around the country. This is, I guess, our fourth place to come, and hopefully we'll be here for a while now. But this is going on our 5th year here, and as Coach Ball said, that year we went to New Mexico. That was a trying time on our marriage, but we made it, but the Lord bless us and getting us back south and been able to come and be around here and be close to my family, and that's really a good thing. But my little boy's gone on church camp today. He's gone this week, and I told him, I said, well, you're going to get to sit up in the front row. And he said, really? I said, yeah. And he said, well, okay, Dad. And he took off and left anyway. So, but thankful my little girls are here today, and all that good stuff. I told my wife, so when Josie comes up, I guess I'll have to hold her while we do this speech here. But I want to thank my assistant coaches, the guys that are here, and I call them guys I work with, Nick and Ray and Dennis and Cody, and they have made it an easy transition, for things that's been over the past couple of weeks, and kept them moving on, and worked with a great bunch of guys, and for all our athletic coaches in general, Coach Pate, Coach Kirk, and Coach Kirk, and Coach Carson over there, coming to work every day, not just along with the football staff, but for everybody here. It makes it a joy to come to work, because this is a people place, and that's one thing I did learn when I got here, that people matter here, and that's a great thing. When you get up and you look forward to coming to work every day, it makes your job really easy. So, but I want to kind of just go over a few things, and I'm not a big speech guy, so I'm going to try to cover a few things I think are real important, and kind of where we need to where we think we see ourselves going, and things like that. But a lot of tradition here. I mean, you look on that wall of fame over there, and there's a lot of tradition that's walked through this, walked through these halls and on that athletic field out there, there's a lot of great tradition. In our school, it's known not only for just football, but every sport that we play. Everybody's heard of Itawamba now. When I call a new parent or a recruit, and they say where, so I have to spell it out for them. ITA, I have to spell out the Itawamba for them. But most of them, you say ICC, they know where ICC is, and that's a great credit just to what it's been done here over the past. But a lot of coaches work their whole entire life to get an opportunity to be a head coach. And was that one of my goals when I first started coaching? I didn't know. I just said, hey, whatever job that I do have, I just want to work extremely hard and do the best job that I can. And then if it leads to being a head coach, then it will be. If not, hey, I'm just going to go to work every day and do the best job that I can. But very appreciative of having this opportunity. I want to thank John Williams for leaving. Do that, but John really, the first time I came here in the spring of 2010, it was me and him and Coach Fox. That was it. We had a 3-man staff for basically 2 months, and I remember getting the guys up. We'd work them out at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd stay gone recruiting, and at the time I didn't have anywhere to live. I was driving back and forth from Tupelo every day, living with my dad. And we did that for a couple months, and ended up hiring another coach here, another coach here. So I've been here at the, when the times were really tough on us and where we've kind of built this thing. But he did a great job of preparing me to be a head coach, getting to know the right people, who to call for this, and working with scholarships. And he said, hey, I want to teach you all these things, so in case, you're in this situation, it's not going to be new to you. So I really appreciate him of that. Great friend, and but I wish him the best. I know he'll do a great job over there at Southern Miss. But been able to work around a lot of great coaches. Like I said, I've worked for, I guess, four schools now, but worked under several head coaches, and some really successful head coaches. And anything you take away from your coaches that you work for, you hope to take a little bit of piece from here and there from each one that you work for, and hopefully kind of mold your philosophy into one. And we've been very fortunate in my coaching career. I've won 5 championships, won a national championship. And a lot of coaches work and never get a chance to wear a championship ring. So I've been very, very blessed in that regard. But I've taken a lot from the coaches that I work with, and there's things that you always say, man, that's just a really good thing that I like to do. And then there's some things that I don't know if I'd really do that, but now I've got a chance to make sure those things are put into play, biggest thing with us is we want to bring great people into our organization, and that's really what we are. We're going to be an organization. We want to bring great people into our program, and hopefully after a year and a half or 2 years that they're with us, they leave better football players, better students, and better citizens. I think that's key for anything, because the first-year players, I used to coach, at the 4-year level. Our freshmen were basically redshirt. We got them in, and they didn't play for us. They were just kind of practice players and put them on the shelf. But here at the community college level, you got to get them ready to go. And there's some growing pains that go into that. But hopefully we can ease that transition for the ones that we have here now, for the upcoming season, the ones that we do bring in here in the future years. Because I think that's the big thing. But just teaching our players to be academic, to really put the focus on academics while they're here. And I tell them this all the time. You want to be able to do what you want to do, not what you have to do. And I think that's real important. Getting an education gives you a lot of opportunities and a lot of advantages that people without one don't have. And that's one thing that we're going to make sure that we do a good job of when they leave here. That they just, that they make sure they walk out here with a degree, and gives them an opportunity to move their athletic career to the next level. So I think that's really big part of what we want to have a successful experience. I think that's really important too. College is tough. You get into college athletics, it becomes a full-time job. I tell them that you go to high school, it's something that you do. You become a college athlete. It's what you are. You become an athlete. From breakfast check to study hall to curfew to practice to weightlifting, and it becomes a full-time job. And you have to be able to manage that, manage your time to be able to do that as you go. But we want to have a successful experience here. When they leave here, they want to hopefully will come back 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years, and say, Coach, I really appreciate what you did for me. Thanks for staying on me and making sure I do the right thing, because it's really helped. Because I tell them all the time, hey, eventually you're going to wake up in the mornings and people are going to be counting on you. You know, somebody's going to be counting on you to pay those bills, to put food on the table, and you got to get up and do that, just like in here. You know, and I tell them, hey, you know, you don't want to lay around in bed all day. You got to get up and go to class. We're counting on you to get that education. You know, and hopefully that'll lead over into their lives when they leave here. But like I said, you know, being here, we've had won some really big ball games over my past 4 years. And we've been going in the right direction each year. Kind of started out in our first year, I think we started out 1-3, ended up winning 4 of our last 5 games, and did really well. So I mean, you know, and I think that's one of the biggest things too that we want to be able to do is finish strong. I think that's important. You know, starting fast and all that stuff is almost a little bit overrated, but it's really where you finish is what people are going to remember. You know, you hear that old saying all the time: nobody remembers what you do until the month of November. You know, so hopefully we can you know, start on a good note and finish our season strong. I think that's really important to do that. You know, and it's like I told the players, the thing we're going to ask you to do as players and in our program is just be better than the day before you were the day before, and that's important to me. You know, just be better than what you were the day before. Work hard. Play as hard as you can, because once it's over, it's over. You know, and I'll tell them that all the time. Coach, you're crazy. But when you hit it after you're done, and you realize you can't get those plays back and those reps back, and you know, it kind of reality hits them. So we want to make sure that they don't waste a day coming back here. But you know, right now we're in summer school. Like I said, our players are going to class during the day. We have them in the afternoons for our workout sessions, and so it's going to be pretty much business as usual. We've got them for about 9 more days before the summer term is up, and they'll go home for a good break. Coaches kind of get a chance to catch their breath a little bit, hopefully take a little time away and kind of recharge the batteries, as they say, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll back in the 1st of August. So season's right around us, and we're very excited. I think the players have been working extremely hard, and hopefully they'll come out of this these next couple weeks that we have with a good mindset and be excited. That's one thing we want to do is when we want to be excited. You know, we want the players to have, like I said, have a good experience and be excited. But they've been you know, they've been working hard. And I tell them this, you know, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you want to give a 75% effort, you're going to get the 75% results from it. And I think that's important. Put in as much work as you can. As you go, but they've done a really good job, and like I said, you know, being the defensive coordinator for the last 4 years, I worried about my side of the ball, and now the big thing is I got to worry about all of them now. And a lot of my buddies that call me and, you know, congratulate me and everything, he said, man, I'm telling you, he said, it'll be different for you. He said, trust me. He said, you know, you go from being an assistant to now being the head man. They're not going to ask you to go to lunch anymore. He said, because they're going to go and talk about you. He said, don't get your feelings hurt. They don't want to hang out with the head coach no more. All right. He said, so you know, if they all leave you and don't ask you to go, then you know, don't be mad at them. Okay. He said, that's just what they do. You know. He said, you've been in those shoes, but I'm very fortunate to be around a lot of great guys that I work with every day, and you know, that's the big thing. You know, it's all, make sure we're all on the same page every day. That's what I tell them. You know, make sure that we go out there, we all know what's going on. We're all on the same page, and we're all working toward that one common goal. And I tell our kids all the time, and I heard this a long time ago, but nothing does beat winning. You know, no matter what work, all the work you put in during the week, and when you're able to see your fruits of your labor pay off with a win, whether it's 1 point or 100 points. You win by 100 or you win by 1, it's still a win. They don't look at the scores, they look at the W's and the L's. So hopefully we can continue to do that. We've got a really tough schedule this coming up fall, but you know, we're looking forward to the challenge. And you know, in the past couple of years we've had the good teams at the front of the schedule or at the end of the schedule. Now we've got them at the front, so we've got to be ready to really come out on fire this year. But like I said, you know, it's a daily process. I tell them. They first started, I said, look, I'm not expecting to be in as great a shape as you would be in August, but just do a little bit every day to get yourself closer to that point that you need to. But appreciate the turnout. I do see a couple players that are here. They must be getting out of class. Well, the cafeteria's about to open. I'm sure that's probably why they're waiting here to go eat. But I appreciate everybody being here today, and like I said, for the administration you know, those nice words, you know, you sit back and think, Coach Ball, appreciate you saying all that. And my family being here, so I know it's a big day for them just as well as me, you know, and things like that. My daddy told me a while ago, said, you know, it used to be when you, after some games, you just take off and leave, so now you got to make sure you cut the lights off in the building before you go home now. So, but we're like I said, we're looking forward to it, and I appreciate y'all being here, and please come out and support us in the fall. You know, the big thing for our players is to go out there to a packed stands, and that's huge. We go to these away games a lot of times, but we come home and play, and it's an unbelievable experience here. And I tell them, you know, the band and cheerleaders and everything, it's a, you know, this is about as big time football as you can have. And like I said, I've coached at pretty much every level to have this, but the way they do things around here is really awesome. But like I said, you know, the doors are always open. You know, please come by and support us and see us and all that. And we hope to have a great product on the field in the fall. But anybody got any questions right now that they might want to ask real quick?
I'll throw one out there. Your time here sort of coincides with the change in recruiting. I believe the district system sort of collapsing like the Berlin Wall. And how do you view recruiting? How do you view what your recruiting approach is going to be? Will it be basically what's been set here, or does it need to change some as you all have evolved on the?
You know, when I first got here, that was the last year of the protected list. When I got here, and basically the 22 that we had were already here, or they'd already protected. So we were going out that last month of recruiting in January, just basically get the ones that, you know, that wasn't. But then the next year it did change. I think there's some advantages and disadvantages, because the advantages are we've got a great place to recruit to. I think our university, our facilities, you know, I'll bring kids down the road here, and they get in their mindset thinking of community college that they want just a couple of buildings and that's really it. But you get them on campus and they're pretty much blown away with our facilities, you know, and the cafeteria is a big hit now. They go in there and they think that's the greatest thing ever. Coach, we can go back. Yeah, you can go back as many times as you want to. But our athletic facilities in general are top notch, you know, and that's one thing too about the recruiting. The coaches that recruit our players will come here and say, Coach, man, this is a nice night. Y'all got a great setup here. This is really nice that you have here. But you know, I think we're in a great location from the part of the state we are. But you know, it's like I said earlier. You know, you got to go out and find the right people that are going to fit your college. But you know, it's like this. I know leaving home is tough on freshmen. I did it when I went and played and things like that. So you know, the recruiting area is going to be really hit in our local area, and hopefully within a 2 to 3 hour radius of our campus, just so we can give these kids a chance to be home on the weekends. And that's one good thing about, you know, playing on Thursday. You've got Friday off, and you've got Saturday off. You're back on Sunday. You know, it's a pretty good schedule for them as far as they go. That way they get back home and, you know, see their high school play. If they want to go watch a game Saturday or whatever, it does give them that advantage to do that. But we're going to go out and recruit the right people first, you know, and develop those relationships. That's all it is. It's about having, you know, it's about working with people and trusting people and things like that.
Coach Williams was here. He was an assistant. He was promoted. Now you're being promoted. What does that say about, and you kind of touched on this, the continuity, you know, not really having to get to a new face or anybody coming in and making those changes?
It would. I remember Julie said the other day, she goes, "Oh, I'm just glad we don't have to move." But I said it's been a good, it's been an easy transition, you know, and that's one thing about here that I've noticed. The loyalty that people show you here is twofold. You have to be loyal too, and I think that's one thing that really was big. And you know, I remember when I went and met with the administration that Monday, I was like, well, they asked me, so, well, do you really want to be the head coach? I'm like, sure, you know, sure do. And you know, but I think it's just it says a lot about you know, if you can do a good job here, and you know, you get rewarded basically. Because, you know, my first job, I played and coached for 10 years at Delta State, and I worked a year in New Mexico, and then came 4 years in Alabama before I came here, you know. So, I mean, I've stayed, you know, good bit of the course as I go, but you know, when I came here, I don't think my wife ever even been to Itawamba. I'm taking a job over here, so I think she came over in basketball season, took her up to the event center. She's like, wow, this is unbelievable, you know. But I knew coming here, I was like, this is no brainer. I don't have to bring her over here, you know, that type of thing. But, you know, very fortunate the way things happened, and, you know, with John taking the job, and maybe the right time during the summertime helped a little bit too, but I'm not complaining by no means. But the good thing is our new kids that came in during the month of June really don't know how things work because they're brand new. You know, so it's not like you're having to change 85 new minds. You only got to worry about a certain amount of returnees that you have to do. And I think hopefully I've done a good job of getting around to those players and you know, and understanding now. Like I said, I used to be on defense, and now I've got to become the head man. You know, so I want to make sure that they know that. That offense matters to me too, because I like scoring points too myself. Anything else?
Any other questions?
All right, thank y'all. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate it.